A bit of news this Saturday before testing gets underway next week, and we're talking Mercedes. That's right, Lewis Hamilton is back talking to the media once more. A new car has been released for the team, of course, for 2022, and Toto Wolff says that Mercedes are now in attack mode. All inspired, perhaps, from what happened in Abu Dhabi last year. Before we get into those headlines, though, just a reminder, hit the subscribe button down below to stay up to date with all the content we produce here at GPFans, and of course, for all the latest F1 news, it's gpfans.com. But now, let's talk about Mercedes making the headlines this week. Lewis Hamilton has broken his off-season silence once more, saying that he lost faith with F1's system following the controversy that surrounded his title defeat to Max Verstappen last season. The British driver had been silent for the majority of the winter after a manic end to last season that saw Hamilton lose the Drivers' Championship on the final lap of the season in less than conventional circumstances, but now it seems Lewis is back and ready to talk. Asked if he thought about retiring this off-season, Lewis smiled and said, "I've considered retiring so many times," before adding, "No, honestly, I haven't." Of course, at the end of the season, you think, and the question is whether you are willing to commit the time and the effort that it takes to be a world champion. I think a lot of people underestimate what it takes to be a world champion, and there are so many moving parts. It's not just turning up and driving the cars. The question is, do you want to sacrifice the time? Do you want to continue to punch at the weight you are punching? So that's a normal mental process for me. But this one was compounded by a significant factor, and ultimately, a sport that I've loved my whole life, there was a moment where I lost a little bit of faith within the system. But generally, I'm a very determined person, and I like to think to myself, whilst moments like this might define others' careers, I refuse to let this define mine. So I focused on being the best I can be and coming back stronger. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton's principal Toto Wolff believes the adversity of last season will only fuel Hamilton heading into the new year. The difficult time Hamilton has had this off-season has been clear after his loss of faith in F1's system in the immediate aftermath of that Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. But with the driver now eager to crack on with the new year, Toto Wolff, his team principal, believes that the controversial finish to last season will take Hamilton to new heights. Asked whether the events of Abu Dhabi had stoked Hamilton to deliver even greater deeds, Wolff replied, "Certainly, the disqualification in Brazil created the situation for him where the determination on doing the talking on the track was enormous. From then on, there was no looking back. Lewis destroyed the competition in every single race going forward, and also on the Sunday in Abu Dhabi. I think that adversity has always made him stronger, more resilient and determined, and this is the attitude I feel in him right now, and also the mindset I see in the team." Wolff was apparently never actually really concerned that the Mercedes driver would retire before the new season, as some had speculated he might, and he sees that Hamilton is in attack mode for the new campaign after allowing the driver the time and space to get over last season's heartache. What he did was absolutely right to take himself out of the microcosm of Formula 1 and step aside and black out socially, added Wolff. Within the team, we knew that he needed to take the time to reflect on things and particularly to understand how he would come back in the best possible frame of mind. So on our side, there were no worries about him not coming back, and he has come back in a great mindset. He is positive, he is determined, and yet again the adversity that was thrown at him will make him stronger. As he said, it's attack mode. Also this week, Mercedes have shown us their new car for 2022. It's all about Mercedes today. It's the car that Lewis Hamilton and George Russell will be driving this coming year, and they're reverting back to the traditional silver colours. Here is a first look, of course, at the new Mercedes. Now, are you a fan of the black car that we've had for the last 2 years, or perhaps you prefer the return to the traditional silver? Is Hamilton ready to take the fight back to Red Bull? Now, Michael Masi is no longer race director, and was there ever any doubt that Lewis would be coming back for this season? Let us know in the comments section below as always, and hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all the content we produce here at GP Fans.